What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Since his assassination in 1968, more than 1,000 streets have been named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But after over a year of disputes and hostility, one city where you'll no longer find a boulevard honoring the civil rights icon is Kansas City, Missouri. That's right, Kansas City loved the good old days. The New York Times reports on Tuesday the community voted in favor of removing Dr. King's name from a historic boulevard that runs through the city's predominantly black east side, making Kansas City one of the largest cities in the country without a street honoring the late minister and civil rights icon. Shameful day in Kansas City, Reverend Dr. Vernon P. Howard Jr. said. He's the president of the city's chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. He said that this sets us back decades to the march toward racial justice and racial inclusion. What's interesting is you would assume that black folks would be unanimous in favor of honoring Dr. King in such a manner. And you would be wrong, because Kansas City's blacks are divided on the issue. Those who wanted the street returned to its former name, Paseo Boulevard, praised the result as a win for a black community that they say was ignored when the decision to change the name to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard was first made. Get this, family. Dr. King's dream is real, said Alicia Kennedy, a black former councilwoman who opposed naming the street Dr. King. And black voters won't allow anybody, black or otherwise, to disenfranchise them in Kansas City. Supporters of the name change say city officials pushed the name change through without following proper procedure. That's the only reason why they're mad. That's why they're angry. Really? That's the only reason why they want to change the name back, because they didn't follow proper procedure. Okay. They were so angry that they staged a silent protest. They walked inside of a black church during service and stood, refused to be moved or adhere to commands from the pastor to be seated. They were bucking. I could not have been a member of that church and been in attendance. It would have been our own. Damn sure could not have been the pastor. See, these pastors today, they need some goons. Pastors got to get them some goons around them, man, because people be trying that church, man. They come in there with that mass murdering and all kind of stuff. Protesting inside the church and just being disrespectful, man. Just so much disrespect in the church. And I know a lot of it got to do with the pastors, but I wouldn't be one of those pastors. I'd be straight up about mine. Oh, you would not come into Pastor Willie D's church with that. I can guarantee you that. Racial connotations, which seemingly factored heavily into the decision aside, was also at play is how the initial name change impacted business, tourism, and historical significance of Paseo Boulevard. It was completed in 1899 and is the first boulevard in the city. However, it's only fair to note that while the Save the Paseo movement accrued thousands of signatures for its cause and garnered support from black residents, it is helmed by a pair of white women, and its membership is not only predominantly white, but most of them don't even live on that street. This is white-led trying to dictate to black folks once again who they should honor and who their heroes should be and what they should recognize as excellence. Man, where is your spine, black folks of Kansas City? Where is your spine? Your ancestors got to be ashamed of you. How easy could it have been for them to just say, Dr. King has done a lot. On the strength of that alone, at the minimum, Let's leave the street alone. Let's just leave it as it is. Now, of course, the two women who started the movement, it's not racial. It's about the historical significance. But the people that I know that visit Kansas City says they've never thought twice about the Paseo Boulevard or Paseo Boulevard. They get off of it. It's just a street. It's just another street. It's nothing historical about it the way they see it. Yeah, it may be an old name. It's an old street, one of the first streets in the city, but they're saying it has really no historical significance to them. And like, people don't care about that street like that, like they say they do, or like that group is trying to portray that they are. They don't care. This is racial, y'all. Ain't no two ways about it. It's straight up racial. I'm calling it what it is. Ain't no use to me faking and trying to look at the other side. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I did try to look at it the other way at first. But I'm like, people don't even go there for anything. They don't go to the street for anything. The street is nothing about the street that helps it make money. The street isn't making money for the city. People not coming there to take pictures or anything. It has no historical significance. It's just an old street. That's it. All these black people in Kansas City who voted to remove Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name from that street. You're pathetic. Your children should be embarrassed by you. They should want nothing to do with you. I don't see how they could even listen to you going forward. You are a textbook rhyme with moon. What a sad case. In case you were wondering, Kansas City is 29% white, 27% Hispanic or Latina, and 23% black. I get it from the non-blacks who are racist. They can't help themselves. But for every single black person who voted to have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name removed from that boulevard, your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?